Hey everyone, welcome back to Play Casket with your co-hosts, Parok the Goblin and
Ghost, your co-host.
And this week we're going to go ahead and talk about some co-op games and games that we basically played co-op on.
Episode 36, The Couch is Lonely.
It really is. Nowadays it really is. With all the situations that are going around this world, this couch is lonely. We need more co-op.
Yes.
And basically co-op games, for the most part, what we're talking about is like games that, like, not only just ones that have co-op modes, but games that basically have ways in which you can work together to achieve the same goal.
Yeah, so no versus, no fighting.
Yeah.
Pure co-op. Working together.
Like working together in general. So it doesn't have to be forced. And we're going to go ahead and just talk about some classic co-op experiences, and I'll let you take on, because I heard that you've had many siblings when you were growing up and not dead.
Yeah. Left 4 Dead. The Left 4 Dead series, oh my god. It's such a good series. Like, whenever anybody goes back to co-op, I think Left 4 Dead just takes the cake, because just the way it's designed is completely perfect. Because why it's so good is because you need somebody else to assist you. It's not just like, oh, here's more firepower, or oh, here you could deal more damage. It's very important that you all work together, because you can have somebody who's extremely good, and he just gets captured by, a hunter pounces on him. He can't break free. Like, you're going to need somebody to shove the hunter off of him. So it's really, really critical that you all stick together and stay close together. Unlike most other games where it's just like, more firepower. So,
well, and a lot of that has a reason. Like Left 4 Dead, you need to have at least a second person, like, to play the game. Yeah. Otherwise, you're just SOL.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, a lot of other games give you co-op in addition to the single player experience. So when you play single player, you know what you're playing. You just want to be able to share that experience with somebody else.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's exactly why a lot of the co-op experiences is just that with more. So there is a couple games out there that benefit from being designed for multiple people, and a lot of it's from like arcades and stuff, like beat 'em ups and such like that. But that's kind of where my stuff comes in. Me and a brother of mine used to play a lot of the games, like very classic, of Gauntlet. All kinds of Gauntlet, all the way up to Dark Legacy. We would play almost religiously together. Obviously, it's one of those games that, because the arcade approach, it's tough to play by yourself, because it is absolutely brutal. However, yes, you do get more monsters and more powerful monsters, the more characters you have playing alongside you. It's a lot easier because each character has their own little equipment and their own little, like, a thing, so everyone can actually do something.
Yeah.
Right? So me and my brother used to play a lot of Gauntlet. And in fact, it got so much that literally our ringtones are Gauntlet themes for one another. So because we know that, right?
Did you burn it in the screen yet?
We actually had an arcade cabinet that we'd play more on.
Oh, okay.
But we played various forms of Gauntlet.
Okay.
Even though we would play other games and such like that, but if we played together, it was Gauntlet.
Okay.
The only other one that we would play religiously was another arcade game and another Midway game called Rampage. For a lot of people who don't know about Rampage, you play as basically giant monsters, giant kaiju, and you just destroy shit. And it's very cartoony and stuff like that. We actually played a lot of that as well, all the way up to the GameCube era as well.
Okay.
It was not competition, so it wasn't like War of the Titans. We actually worked together to destroy as much stuff. We didn't care about the score and stuff like that. We did a lot of just destroy stuff as fast as we can. We tried to unlock the stuff as efficiently as possible.
Ah, okay.
So that was one of the other, like, classic games that I would play a lot of.
Oh, another one is a Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. Oh man, like, they don't make. I'm so sad that the new Star Wars is so awful.
Thanks, EA.
But
why don't you guys go ahead and get a harassment suit so Microsoft can buy you guys too?
Oh, that's a paid gig. I bet you that's more just conspiracy theory. I can't prove it, but I have a feeling that Microsoft smeared Blizzard purposely so they could drive it down so they could buy it.
Activision.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a possibility because because it is very weird that the two biggest purchases happened right when they had like they're embroiled in a lot of harassment suits.
Yeah.
And of course, the ones involved are now leaving with like severance packages and stuff. But like obviously everybody's like, oh, thank God they're gone. I'm like, maybe they're saying the same thing. You know, like maybe they're like, oh, maybe I should lower the price of this before, you know, and then just walk away with my couple million, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems very suspicious. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's another topic that we can just like really go down that rabbit hole.
The truth will always come out. We'll see what happens, I guess. But Battlefront though, yeah, just 1 and 2 was like the best one. I remember when the new ones came out and everybody was just review bombing the hell out of.
Oh God,
the new
yeah,
ones.
yeah.
And,
Because it was horrible.
Yeah.
The review bombing was deserved.
well,
It was
even now,
horrible.
even now, just going back and playing the new Battlefronts, it's so slanted because they have way more experience than you, and then they have way more powerful gear than you, and yeah, they're just gonna freaking curb stomp the hell out of you until.
And I honestly think games like this should have more of a utility like bonus instead of, you know, more power. Like, oh, your bullets now do 10 times more damage.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like that's stupid because then it ruins the skill. All you would have to do is literally just hit the person in the toe, and if they're new, they're dead.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like that's dumb.
What is it? Variety over power. That's more important.
Utility over power and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able like for you to like be able to run a little bit longer or be able to like turn your character around a little bit faster on your ships or something to that point. Like stuff like that
More
has
damage,
more
yeah.
utility where like it can still be countered but not as well
Yeah.
because it's something that's like utility. Like I think that should be rewarded more than power.
But I miss the old ways, like just playing the map. Like, was it pushing through the maps is super satisfying when you're just capturing the nodes and then slowly pushing. And I felt really, really balanced too. Maybe it's just because we played bots against I play with my younger brother, and all we did was just fight bots, and then we did like the Galactic Conquest, and like, man, it was so fun though.
Me and my brother actually used to do that too with bots, but not with Battlefront. We did it with Conquer's Bad Fur Day's multiplayer mode. We'd play the like D-Day map all the time together and just play it all the way up. And it was fun because we would just load the other side up with bots, but they weren't that smart even back then.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like GoldenEye or Call of Duty back then where the AI just aged. And we just got better. It was just inherently bad to begin with.
Oh, okay.
But it was fun because you would just be like blowing off teddy bear heads and like their stuffing was all over the place and stuff. It was actually really entertaining. So I get that. But I never really played Battlefront. But what you described is a lot like Tribes. We actually did a lot of that too, just like the slow pushing and stuff. And there's a new game currently that me and another like to play periodically called PlanetSide 2. It's not new, but it has its dedicated fan base that is exactly what you are saying, but you are playing against other players.
A slow push is super satisfying.
Yep, it's a huge map where it's constantly swaying between three factions, and it's always a slow push into into certain areas and stuff. It's actually entertaining.
Okay.
So I would recommend trying that out one day. It's actually good. I will say one of my other ones, and this didn't have like they have team racing now. But before, Mario Kart 64 didn't have any tag teaming or anything like that. But me and a brother would always work together to get certain gear and like certain items while we're doing it to time fighting against the other bots in like 150cc and all that.
Oh, okay.
To win. Like we just decided, okay, this race, this cup, you're winning all of them. And one of us will hang in the back until like everybody loops me and stuff, and I start whipping the red turtle shells at every one of the bots that pass me, and just like constantly hold back everyone to make enough of a gap where I can start getting like superstars and blue turtle shells and stuff like that, and just like wait it out for him to like be able to like surpass everything and stuff. It was really great.
That's when you drive. That's when you drive backwards and start just being a menace to everybody.
Oh well, that was more problematic because you'd have to drive backwards in order to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you let them lap you while you're like driving slow enough, you can literally like kind of keep up with several of them,
And
be able to just
them.
like just harass like particular characters. Like Wario is like, if Wario gets third, he will have enough of a point gap that he can't overtake my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to target Wario specifically. Stuff like that. Like we had battle plans in which we would cooperatively work to achieve the 150cc goals, because when we were kids, we didn't know anything else about how to make that work.
Oh, okay.
It was just brutal.
Yeah.
So it was not something we were able to get through. So it was something to that point.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was my classic co-ops that I generally really loved. Was there more memories for you in the classic world?
I can't think of anything else off the top of my head right now, but maybe if I dig a little bit deeper, but that should be it for now.
There's plenty more out there. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will probably be yelling at us about not pulling up any beat 'em ups in the history of beat 'em ups. Like, where's Battletoads? We're getting there. Simmer down. And so we're just gonna go on to like modern stuff. Like so nowadays, obviously, you can play co-op online and stuff like that, right? And
I can kind of see the convenience of it too, because nowadays everybody's so busy. But damn, like now that we have bigger TVs, there's less couch co-op.
Yeah, there's less couch. Nobody's like hanging out and chilling out and enjoying themselves all at once. You know, like it's really like there's not even competition or anything either. Like and there's a couple games out there that actually benefit from that. There's a game called Screen Sheet that's like that.
Yeah.
And I think we've talked about it before, and I think it's actually a pretty crafty game. You know, and I think the fact that it doesn't sell very well just tells me there's not that many people playing together anymore.
Yeah.
Which it's sad to be perfectly honest. But in the long game though, like I understand where online is. It basically brings your player pool into a much broader perspective.
Yeah.
You can literally like team up with just about anybody across anything.
Well, when you really think about it too, like having somebody there, it is hard to like organize everybody to get time to take off to sit on the couch and do something. Because when I think about like Magic the Gathering, just try and get all your friends together to have a Magic night. Like I could just turn on my PC and find somebody online right away. So I can see the convenience in it, but
the experience is different though. Like it could be the same exact game, you have the same exact deck, but the experience just feels different.
Yeah.
Like you don't get to really chat, you don't really get to like talk to people you know and have like inside jokes and stuff like that about certain things.
Yeah.
Like man, I would like honestly in some of those times, like there will be times I want to play Magic, and there's some places around here that will let you host a table and stuff and have just an open match every now and again, but some of the people like I don't know them. I didn't grow up with them.
Yeah.
You know, like as much as we can talk about the Magic the Gathering, we probably won't resonate the same way.
Yeah.
You know, like there's different things. I just recently ran into somebody, and this will actually tie into a segue of one of the online games I play cooperatively is MMOs. I ran into somebody just recently who used to play an MMO that I loved dearly and absolutely hurt now that it's gone, is NCSoft's City of Heroes. I absolutely love that game. I didn't know anybody else who ever played that MMO before. Nobody. But there was thousands of us out there. There was thousands and thousands and thousands of us that would play religiously on it, and the community was amazing. And I missed that. Every other MMO I have tried did not have that type of community I had.
Okay.
Like it was amazing.
Final Fantasy 14 maybe?
No.
Yes.
No. It's
I don't know.
It's friendlier. I'm not gonna say it's friendlier than WoW, but it is not City of Heroes. The way the game was designed and approached is a lot different than Final Fantasy 14. And even though Final Fantasy 14 does have a friendlier community than WoW, it's the same community as WoW. It's the same. Like there's certain people who play certain types of things.
You have to play it this way.
And you have to play it this way. You have certain builds, but you have friends to do that with. Like there are people who don't mind being, and that's the thing, you know. And like me, I don't mind being a tank. Like I'd like being able to manipulate the things around. However, in Sea of Heroes, if you slotted correctly and did things properly and stuff like that, you were able to circumvent the common structure. So you can, like, if you did nothing but blasters, but you used a lot of different slots that would manipulate characters and knock them down all the time, you can just keep him stun locked and then beat his ass into the ground.
Okay.
Like there's unique design philosophies that people would have that would benefit, and you wouldn't need, and there was not even a requirement. Whereas, like, if you went and did dungeons in 14 or WoW, you need a slot requirement.
Yeah.
You need a tank. These characters that are designed as tanks are the only things that can slot into the, go into that slot, in a tank slot.
But
that's it.
So how does this tie into it?
Sorry. Going back to like MMOs, because you work together, right?
Yeah.
And I think one of the things I loved doing in MMOs was, especially in City of Heroes, was task forces. So it was 8 people dungeon runs, but it was like a chain of dungeons. And we would be so cooperative that, like, when somebody was actually getting, like, his wife's water broke, you can all leave the task force. Like, you log out of the character that's in the task force and log into a different character, and it stays in that task force until the person comes back. We literally waited a week till he came back, and we logged into that character, finished the task force with everyone involved. Like, that is some fucking cooperative shit. Like, everybody else was like one guy would log in and go, "Nah, we're still in that," and like would just leave it and then go back onto his other character.
Oh wow!
And we could play another task force where we're waiting with another group of people.
That's really cool.
But there was just a certain groups of people that we could do. It was so amazing. So
that's really nice. That reminds me about D&D, like how you could just. In
a way, it really felt it. Yeah, there's
really nice.
It's a very convenient to it, but like with World of Warcraft and stuff like that, the only thing that would lock out would be a week, which would be a raid. But after that week, that's it.
Yeah,
this was over a week. It was like a week and a half before he finally came back because we knew, like, he needed to be a dad and he needed to be a father right there. He needed to be a figure. We didn't mind. Like we all have like 30 plus fucking characters on multiple servers. We can do something. Like, we had no problem doing something else and just not touch our blaster or touch our Archon or touch our whatever whenever we want, right? And when he came back, everybody celebrated him, gave him congratulations, and asked him if he wanted to complete that. And he was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, we completed it." And, we literally just hopped onto another task force while he was there. He's like, "No, I have plenty of time. My kid's asleep, and I want to get my City of Heroes in." And we would literally we were on the characters like, "All right, we finished it. You want to do another? Yeah, let's do Praetorian. Hell yeah!" And we did it. It was, and that's what I missed out on.
Yeah.
And going all the way back, literally, I just ran into one person who knew what I was saying, and the fact that I could say certain characters that would only be unique to those names, like Hamadon, Vasilok, Circle of Thorns, like, he knew what those were. And he knew, like, I was the second highest badge owner for a long time. He knew my name. Like, he knew that character.
Oh, wow.
And, like, he just was blown away. And it was just such a thing that, like, I really miss a community like that again.
Yeah.
And me and him both agreed. If we had to start from scratch, we'd fucking do it.
Okay.
We would like, if we could get to that secret server and stuff and we have to start from scratch, I'm just going to do it. I want to do it. Like, that's what I felt. Other online games that I would play, and I'm just gonna skim on that because I read so much, was like the hero shooters, like Overwatch and stuff. I wasn't a fan of Overwatch, but I did like Paladins.
Okay.
And I've actually just went back into that not too long ago. It's a good game. There's a lot of bugs though. Like, there's still a lot of bugs, and I think hopefully Evil Mojo can, like, just work out some of those bugs. Like, there's wall collision ones. Like, I think they should fix the wall collisions first.
Wait, Paladins is still buggy?
Yeah.
What?
They went through 3 different development teams.
Holy
crap.
crap.
They have Evil Mojo and stuff.
I thought they were done.
No.
Holy crap.
They're still churning out characters. And these characters are still great. Like, they have 3 times more characters than Overwatch has.
Okay.
Take that,
That's
Blizzard.
Way too much. That's way too much.
No, there's certain mechanics and stuff. They're really good.
Okay.
They're some are really ridiculous. But no, like, for instance, like, it's just they just need to fix some stuff.
Okay.
But as you said, like, you could just log in and you could find a lobby. and like it's just the convenience of that.
Yeah.
Like, how about you? What about online games that you usually play?
What was it, Monster Hunter? I mean, I guess it's like offline, online type of thing.
Okay.
But I do miss playing, like, offline. Monster Hunter is like my bread and butter because I play Monster Hunter while I wait for Dark Souls, and I play Dark Souls while I wait for Monster Hunter. That's like, that's like,
You got the perfect cycle going.
Yeah,
because you
basically.
always have a new Dark Souls before you have to go into a new Monster Hunter. Like,
Yeah.
I'm done with Rise. Oh, hey, Elden Ring.
Yeah.
And you just play Elden Ring until the expansion comes out, and you play the expansion of Rise until fucking Elden Ring 2, Bloodborne 2, or
Yeah.
whatever else comes out.
but the like have blah. I keep stuttering. Sorry, but playing on handhelds was like where was that when it was on PSP. Playing with my friends was fun. It was on 3DS. 3DS was like we had the most fun, or at least I had my fondest memories
I remember
playing on 3DSs. Yeah,
I remember that too. Like going into the 3DS a couple of times. I remember just playing in a convention, and people would just flock to you. Like, what are you playing? Monster Hunter. And you did. Somebody just like busted. I was like, let's play.
Yeah.
And just rolls on out. Like that was like the craziest experience I've ever had, because I've never had somebody like I've had a couple people like, you want to play a match of Melee. And then they would have like certain rules that they want to do and stuff like that. And then there was like even though I played Melee professionally, I actually liked playing Melee just casually. Like it was actually funner for me after
Yeah.
a long time, because it was just it there was way too much. The Melee community, they keep saying, "Oh no, we're better than this and this and this," but the moment you're not on the same page with them, they're like, "Ugh, scum," you know.
well, maybe it's the whole like versus thing, but Monster Hunter is really nice, most because it's all like PVE, so
Yeah.
you're not like competing
And,
against.
and like I said, like most of the time, it's always just a match or something like that. But
Yeah.
I've like when I started playing Monster Hunter, I've never had that type of experience before. You literally, people are drawn to you.
Yeah,
Like, what you playing? You got room for one more? And they fucking just pop on in, and it's like it was amazing. It was
Yeah.
really crazy to me.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's yeah. The community's fun, and just just having people with you in the same room when you're playing is such a huge difference from like playing.
it really
online.
is.
Yeah.
Like it really is. Like you can have, like going back to the Magic thing, you can still resonate with some people who enjoy Magic, but playing with a friend is always so much different.
Yeah,
You know, like you don't get as upset. You don't get all that. Like it's really great.
yeah,
You know, and I didn't really have that much. Like your experiences with the offline. I didn't really have that much with Monster Hunter. I had it a couple of times, but I didn't really play Monster Hunter until Try anyway.
yeah.
Like it was a high barrier entry for me.
Yeah.
So I never really played those things to kind of.
Well, at least
be
you didn't
fun.
play the first one. The first one was like, holy crap! It was.
No, well, like I tried Try. Like Try was the one that I tried first, and it was just so much. There was so much of it's tossed at you right at once.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa! What the hell am I doing?
Yeah, they call it the Wikipedia game when
Like it is just
You gotta know
it
what you-
blows my mind. Well, there's another game that I'd played like that, but on a competitive way for Battle Right. We've talked about it before. Everything's literally right there and there. Like
Oh, okay.
that's all you get. Like you don't level up and gain up new stuff or unlock new traits. You get everything right there. Boom, right there. Choose your characters, carry on.
Oh, okay.
You know, but I love that game because it was a lot more skill based and stuff like that. But that's beside the point. But I've managed to overcome everything like a wall of text and stuff. But Monster Hunter was just way too much at once.
Yeah.
Like I was supposed. It felt like I was supposed to be familiar with half this shit first. Before, like, no, I didn't go to school for this. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like you know.
So it's getting better. It's getting better.
It has. I actually think Rise is actually pretty newbie friendly.
Yeah.
Like the introductory like way that it kind of introduces you to stuff is actually pretty interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about them yet, but I feel like the way they made certain weapons that you can't level them all the way up maxed and stuff. Like there's a new ceiling type, and I'm hearing that it happened in World as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not sure if I like this.
Yeah,
'Cause
'cause
there's certain like designs that I liked in some of my weapons that I just maxed out and used them, but they're like, nope, it has a ceiling now. Like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I feel oppressed. Hunting horn rights now. But no, my offline, honestly, a lot of my offline was arcade cabinets, like in current time.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and although there are a lot of classic games, it's just having the access. Like 1UP arcades are amazing for this now. I am so happy for them.
Yeah.
I actually picked up one of the TMNT ones, right? And this is where the beat 'em up stuff. Beat 'em up is like one of the first de facto co-op games. You drop in, you play these characters, and you go in through a lot of these really hard matches and stuff. And that's them and The Simpsons were probably the two games I loved the most when I was a kid. Outside playing Battletoads, and that was it. But for the most part, like getting the new cabinets are probably the new experience for me. Because
Which
now
I'm wondering, Bandai better come out with the Time Crisis. I want a Time Crisis cabinet.
I mean, they've already made a couple 1UP cabinets that have the race wheel. I mean, there's even a Buck Hunter one that has a gun thing. It's within reason.
Okay.
Like I can see that happening. It's within reason. It's whether or not Namco's ready to work with 1UP Arcade and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I'm certain if I get like maybe it's like one of those deluxe ones that have like two of them smushed together or something like that, it would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would not mind getting one of those for the mausoleum.
Yeah.
But like the new arcade cabinets I've been getting so I can invite people over and enjoy like casually with nostalgia. But it's just like the new way to play the old game. And that's basically most of my offline experiences have been now. It's just because a lot of people that I know have a similar experience that when they want to come over, they want to play those games that were fond. They don't want to play a co-op game of like Left 4 Dead and stuff. They want to play games that were like arcadey and stuff like that. Those stuff I grew up with is similar to some of the friends I have.
Oh, so speaking of offline stuff too, Gears of War. I mean, technically it's modern, but
I don't know.
Why play offline? Because
the first Gears of War was on the like 360.
Yeah,
that's damn near considered retro now.
Generation, but it's still relevant today. I don't know.
So that's like saying the Wii's relevant. Like just because you play it doesn't mean it's actually relevant. Well, not relevant doesn't mean it's not retro. It's relevant. It's just not retro.
Okay.
It's still retro.
But yeah, Gears of War I played mostly offline with my brother and my friends because screw paying for live, like $60 a year for something that's free on the PlayStation and the Wii. Yeah. How come Xbox was the only one who had a paid?
Because they could get away with it.
Yeah.
Because that's why
you had to pay to use YouTube. By the way.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Nintendo allows certain people on the Switch to kind of choose to let you play online for free if they want to.
Yeah.
Like I'm at least glad of that.
Yeah.
So even if I want to stop my Nintendo Switch Online, which I don't because there's Joe and Mac 1 and 2 on the Nintendo Switch SNES thing, and that's the only way I can play it right now, and I'm willing to pay that money. It's only $20 a year, but still, that's it. But now that we talked about everything, what do you want out of a co-op game in the future? Like
more what is it? Our side-scroll RPGs.
Okay, like beat 'em up type of style, or more like Zelda.
More like beat 'em up style. At least Dragon's Crown 2. Like
okay, so more beat 'em up.
Yeah. But I like the loot pinata is what you called it.
Yeah, the loot pinatas.
And I just want like was it River Ransom?
River City Ransom.
Yeah, I gotta pick that up then because you said it's a lot like it. It's all like
it has a lot of similarities.
Okay.
There's some RPGs. River City Girls is the newest one, and I think you would probably enjoy that more than going through the other River City games because they're far more classic. So there's a lot of classic experience with it. So it's gonna feel dated.
Okay.
But River City Girls, and they just released a new one, not too long ago. That's like the prequel of it, but same premise, same gameplay.
Yeah, I like the
you would enjoy it, but it's not like a loot pinata. You have level up skills and you invest in those skills and improve them and stuff like that.
Okay, and it's got the sorceress. I just any excuse to see the sorceress again. Please bring your
titties.
Yes. Bring back the sorceress.
But no. What I would like to I don't see it very often, but I would like to have a fuller experience with an adventure game that has like true drop in, drop out mechanics for you to play with. You know, like if you want to play that adventure game, you should be allowed to play it. But then somebody comes like, "Yo, dude, you playing Hidden Valley Secrets, whatever game, whatever," and they're like, "Yeah, you want to pop in?" And like they just pull out a controller, hit it, and then like it, you know, this says, "You ready for this?" Drop in, play it like you guys were playing, you know, online or whatever. I would love to see something like that more often. I've seen some drop in, drop outs where you play like a weird secondary character and stuff, which doesn't really work out. I don't like that type of crap. One that really annoyed me was Jet Force Gemini. The second player played the weird Navi looking robot that you get to just shoot things with. So basically, you're just an extra pair of guns. That was it.
Okay, gotcha.
Like you weren't an actual character, so that kind of pissed me off. But for the most part, though, I would like one that's a little bit fuller, where you can just drag in, drop in, and be done with it.
Yeah.
Like I would love something more like that.
Skyrim and
yeah, think of it something like a Skyrim where somebody just like drops in, like, "Hello there."
That's all we wanted.
Just play it.
That's all we wanted, Todd.
That's all we literally like. Todd can literally port Skyrim again with just that type of feature, and I would probably fucking buy an Xbox for it.
No, you want Skyrim 76.
That's for another episode. But I would like to let's go ahead and like wrap that up right there, though. I think that's that's enough for us to talk about. I would like to thank you all for listening, and
post your comments down below for any other games that we might have missed.
Yeah, if you hate the fact that I have a very linear lack of taste for beat 'em ups, go ahead and tell me how stupid it was that I did not praise Simpsons. You are more than welcome to. I will read them, I will comment on them, and I'll probably just talk about fish emotes or something like that, because yeah. Anyway,
we will see you
on the other side. Hey everyone, this is Paraka
and Ghost.
I would like to say thank you for listening to our podcast.
If you like our content, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and share our video with your friends.
You can also follow and support us on other social media such as Minds and Rumble. Links in the description below.